Yes.
Alright. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To Sir Saiful, my name is Nurul Najwa binti Zainul Anwar, and my metric number is 204007.
My name is Nuriljani binti Muhammad Amin Ashari, metric number 200516.
My name is Marwa Hamid Abdurrahman. My metric number is 186521.
My name is Nurul Ahmed Ruslan and my metric number is 200808. Okay, today we're going to present to you about McDonald's sales during COVID-19. Okay, first I would like to tell you a few background of McDonald's. Okay, McDonald's is the world's leading quick service restaurant chain with more than 36,000 restaurants worldwide. They are serving more than 69 million customers daily in over 100 countries. In Malaysia, McDonald's serves over 13.5 million customers a month in more than 260 restaurants nationwide. McDonald's employs more than 12,000 Malaysians in its restaurants across the nation, providing careers, training, and development opportunities. Okay, McDonald's carry out a mission which to be our customers' favorite place and way to eat. And they also promise to provide a simple, easy enjoyment to every customer at every visit. Next. Okay, McDonald's. Okay, during COVID-19, we know that McDonald's sales are a bit decreased on their sales. So McDonald's provide an update on COVID-19 impact to the business and make a comparable during 2020 sales. Okay, first, their step to avoid to resolve their problem on their loss during COVID-19 is their implementing measure across market to keep customers and crew safe, such as contactless drive-through and delivery, social distancing guidelines, protective equipment for crew, and enhanced hygiene and cleaning procedures. By doing this step, they also need to invest a lot uh, uh, to improve their sales. After that, they're also working closely with suppliers on contingency planning for continuous supply so that they can continue to operate safe restaurants. After that, they also had no break in supply for any food, packaging, toys, or equipment globally. So it will reduce their loss because their sales will continue during this pandemic. Okay, after that, McDonald's also support communities by donating medical supplies, feeding first responders and healthcare workers, and contributing food and volunteer hours to relief effort. And then McDonald's also approximately 75% of McDonald's restaurants around the world are operational, and the majority of which have adapted to focus on drive-through delivery or takeaway. So we can see that even during the pandemic, they still can operating well by taking this step on reducing a contactless con- uh, reducing a contactless with staff and also customer. Okay, next. Okay, so at the beginning in March, we at McDonald's experienced a decline in result and varies across market. The variation reflect the different level of consumer behavior and the government response. The situation remains fluid as the duration and the scope of COVID-19 continue to evolve. Okay, so to preserve the problem, McDonald's financial flexibility, they are suspending their share repurchase program and increasing their cash position by raising $6.5 million in the debt market during the first quarter to reduce their loss. So McDonald's also reduced capital expenditure this year as a result of fewer experience of the future progress which of the future project across the US and a reduced number of a few a new restaurant opening in most markets around the world. So we can see that McDonald's have come up with a better idea and a step to reduce their loss. Okay, that's for my point.
Okay, thank you, Ain. Okay, for the data and analysis, I would like to focus on the comparisons of McDonald's sales in 2 years, which is in the first quarter of 2020 and 2019. Okay, this is because it clearly shows that the change of their earning between these 2 years due to the pandemic issue. Okay, so if you look at the graph, the blue one represents the sales of McDonald's in 2019 and the other one is 2020, the yellow one. Okay, due to the pandemic issue, McDonald's also experienced some loss in their net income, which is 70% drop from the previous year. Other than that, their earning per share also seems to decrease to 1.25 cents USD in the first quarter of 2020, and their net sales also hit by the pandemic as they experienced 6% loss from the previous. Okay. The loss of earning can further be explained in the next slide. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, if you can take a look at the chart of their global income in 2019, it clearly shows that their net sale is much more higher, which is 5.02 billion USD at the right chart of the slide. Okay, at the second point, compare the sales from the same store declined negative number of 3.4% in 2020 and March 2020. That seems a huge decrease compared to the sale in the first quarter of 2019, which is 4.61 sale, 6.61% sale. Okay, this graph and chart that brought by CNBC website, apparently prove that pandemic issue hit the sales of McDonald's at a sizable percent. So why and how is this issue came out will further be explained by Nurul Ilyani. So I will pass my presentation to Nurul Ilyani.
Okay, next I'm going to discuss about these issues. In March and April, the COVID-19 business restriction and closure began spread worldwide. On April 8, McDonald's withdrew its 2020 outlook and autumn look. It will limited operation and some closure in Australia, Canada, Germany, and Russia. Substantially closed all stores in France, Italy, Spain, and United Kingdom, while China resumed the business in 99% of stores. The demand is still off, while Brazil operates 65% restaurant in limited capacity. Each country take different approaches to depends on each country's strategies to overcome this pandemic issue. Okay, McDonald's take some alternative to regain the sales by increase the digital ordering and delivery up to 2,500 stores and increase the delivery through worldwidely for about 20,000 stores to let the customer order and pay through mobile. During this pandemic, McDonald's raised $6.5 billion in that market. So they plan to conserve the cash by reducing the number of new opening restaurants. They also limit the operation, as example, from 8 to 5. And as the dramatic changes in consumer behavior, they also have to increase the online services. Yes. So we're going to continue with Marwa to conclude our issue.
Thank you, Ilyani. So this is two quotes from the CEO of McDonald's Corporation. He said that the priority remains the health and the safety for people and our customers, and preserving financial flexibility, maintaining discipline, and serving our communities where it is safe to do so. So this just proves what my group mates said before, is that they're trying to maintain their market share, they're trying to maintain their finances, they're trying to reduce the cost because there's already reduction in their profits. So, and they're also trying to maintain contactless delivery, drive-through, and social distancing. And even in many countries, they were closed completely. So this shows that the health does remain priority, and how they're working fast to preserve their McDonald's corporation itself, to trying to preserve their corporation, to minimize as much as possible their losses and to adapt to this COVID-19 crisis. So they said also, as we navigate through this unprecedented crisis, we'll continue to operate with long-term mindset in order to best position ourselves for the future. So you can also see that at the beginning of at the end of 2019, beginning of 2020, and then now, the operation has different, and even probably the numbers as well, because they're trying to adapt, and they have now better planning and better procedures, and they also execute it better because now they know what the situation is, and they're trying to maximize their productivity as much as possible, accustomed to the situation that we are in now. So that is all for our group.
Thank you.
Thank you.